Sexton, Jordan. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan.
On Sunday on Twitter, you claim Michael Jordan's switch hand layup was somehow not impressive.
That is a still shot. We can't show you the full video on if you're watching, but everyone knows this because it has been just absolutely forced down our throats for 30 years as if this is one of the greatest moments in NBA history. It flatly is not. Here's the thing. Jordan might be the greatest player ever. I don't think he is, but obviously there is a strong case to be made for him. But if you think about the highlights you see forever throughout NBA history, there are these amazing feats of athleticism and then a couple basic ass Jordan plays. Like the highlights that live forever. It's like, holy shit, Dr. J jumped, put the ball behind the backboard, hung in the air, got it around to the other side. It's like, is he the only person in the world who could do it? Vince Carter jumped over a 7'3" French dude and ended his career. It's like, is that the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life? LeBron is 30 feet behind the play, tracks down Iguodala, pins it. And then it's like, and Michael Jordan once had a spin move baseline and kind of dunked on Patrick Ewing. And another time, Michael Jordan switched hands on a layup. Holy shit. Look at this.
I know that you've all seen this iconic image and this iconic highlight from Michael Jordan. Here's the thing. Anytime this highlight pops up nowadays on social media, you will find commenters in the thread saying that the play is overrated, that it wasn't anything special, and that modern players have done things similar or way more impressive, and that we only make a big deal about it because it was from Michael Jordan. Although I do find these reoccurring comments very annoying, I can't really blame younger fans for thinking these things, because there's just no way that they could really understand the context and the magnitude of the moment, unless someone explained it to them in detail. So that's what I'm doing today, as I'm telling you the story and the significance behind the most iconic layup of Michael Jordan's career. In June of 1991, the NBA audience was preparing itself to see a dream matchup in the NBA Finals, Magic versus Michael. The two biggest stars in the NBA and the top two MVP finalists of the league were set to square off on the game's biggest stage. Magic was 1 year removed from being the league MVP, and as a guy who was the face of 1980s basketball, he won 5 NBA championship rings during that decade. So in reality, Magic's legacy was already firmly established in a very positive light. You could even go as far as saying that he had nothing left to prove on the basketball court. On the other hand, there was Michael Jordan. Now, although MJ was already being celebrated for his transcendent talent, there was still something missing from his legacy and reputation. He wasn't widely regarded yet as a winner. You see, at this point in time, people had a different idea of what it took to win championships. Throughout the vast majority of NBA history, it had been the facilitators and team-first players who won the championships, and not the scoring leaders. In the 1960s, Wilt Chamberlain was breaking scoring records, but it was Bill Russell who won most of the championships. In the 1980s, players like Dominique Wilkins, Alex English, and Adrian Dantley were winning the scoring titles, but it was first-team leaders like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson who were winning all of the NBA titles. So with this being the case, a widespread narrative was established that leading scorers don't win championships. Team leaders do. Many people were using this as a criticism against Michael Jordan, that he's a one-man show, that he doesn't include his teammates enough, and that he'll ultimately never be as successful as Magic and Bird. Think about it. Michael Jordan was 28 years old at that point in time, yet he still didn't have a single championship ring. At that same age, Magic Johnson already had all 5 of his championship rings, and Larry Bird had 2. So relatively to his elder competitors, Jordan was behind schedule, and much of the basketball world started to speculate that it was due to a flaw in his leadership and approach. These were the narratives heading into the 1991 NBA Finals. Yes, both stars were beloved and admired on a large scale, but without question, Jordan had a monkey to get off his back, while Magic did not. The conclusion of Game 1 didn't help Jordan's case. Magic had a triple-double and led his Lakers to a victory, and although Jordan did have a monstrous performance both as a scorer and as a passer, when the game was on the line, MJ came up short, as his potential game-tying jumper rattled in and out. Now the Lakers had stolen home court advantage from Chicago, and whether it was fair or not, it looked like the narratives might persist about these two superstars. To describe Game 2 as being crucial for the Bulls would be an understatement, as it would be devastating if they were to lose their first two games on their home floor. The game was competitive throughout the first half, while Jordan was looking to be more of a distributor. MJ barely looked to score in the first half, but in the second half, he became extremely aggressive, while maintaining a level of efficiency that was difficult to believe. Michael Jordan wasn't just hot in the third and fourth quarter, but he quite possibly put on the hottest scoring display in a single half of finals history. He was literally automatic. He was in the process of breaking the finals record for the most consecutive field goals made without a miss. Within this span, it went from a close and competitive contest to an absolute blowout. Jordan got up to 12 consecutive field goals made without a miss, and the crowd was going absolutely nuts. He was taking over on the game's ultimate stage, proving that he can win at the highest level while being a leading scorer. Then the highlight happened, when Jordan made the iconic hand switch layup, which was now his 13th straight shot without a miss. Even the typically stoic Phil Jackson had to shake his head in amazement, as Michael was quite literally playing perfect basketball over an extended period of time. When I watched this game for the first time as a kid, it almost seemed like Jordan was so hot that he faked the dunk and switched to his offhand, just to make the shot more difficult on himself. According to Michael, he did it because he thought Sam Perkins was going to jump and contest the shot on his right side, so he then switched to his left. Not only did the Bulls proceed to win this game, but they wouldn't lose another game in this final series, as they won their first of 6 championships. So yes, the shot itself was very impressive, but it's everything else around it that made it so special, so iconic, and so timeless, like the record-breaking streak and the destruction of a narrative that once hindered Jordan's legacy. Because of how the Bulls took the momentum with authority in Game 2, this image became a symbol of many things. In a way, it was the start of their dynasty. It was the moment where MJ ripped the torch out of Magic Johnson's hand and led the league his way moving forward. It became the symbolic image of Jordan reaching his prime and becoming not just the league's best player, but its new definition of a winner. Now, could another athlete today make this same shot with this same degree of difficulty? Absolutely. But come back to me when someone does this in the NBA Finals, while making 13 consecutive field goals, while asserting himself as the new face of the league, while defeating his greatest competitor. The truth is, this sequence was one of a kind, and we've never seen anything quite like it since, and we likely never will. So what do you guys think? Is this iconic play underrated, overrated, or properly rated? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.